A 14.5 ounce can of Glory Foods Southern Style Pinto Beans retails for $1.16. What is the price per ounce? Well, I'm going to start by underlining our question. So our question is, what is the price per ounce? And when it says this word per or the word each, it makes me think of a unit rate. We're trying to figure out the price per 1 ounce. So now I'm going to use the scribble tool and circle our two numbers, 14.5 ounces and $1.16. And then I'll start showing my work. We are basically finding a unit rate, or more specifically in this case, a unit cost. And it tells us the order that we're supposed to divide these. It says price per ounce. So the price goes in the numerator since it's listed first. So I'll type price, and then ounce goes in the denominator since it's listed second. And then the word per goes alongside the fraction bar. So this reads price per ounce. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in, actually I need to go to typing, the actual price of the pinto beans. So $1.16. And then I'm going to type the ounces, 14.5 ounces. And then I'll go back to the line tool. So this is the rate, $1.16 per 14.5 ounces. And to find the unit rate, what you do is you go ahead and you divide. So we're going to use long division. Remember that the numerator is called the dividend, and the denominator is called the divisor. So we're going to start by writing down the dividend, which is $1.16. And then I'm going to go to the scribble tool and I'm going to draw this division symbol, just like we would read the fraction. $1.16 divided by, over here I'm going to write $1.16, and then I'm going to write the action divided by, so I'm going to put that over the $1.16 because the action is happening to the $1.16. We're dividing the $1.16 by the 14.5 ounces, the divisor. And if you don't like the placement of either of these, you can always grab the select tool and move things around. So now what I need to do is I need to look at the number on the outside. If the number on the outside contains a decimal, then I need to move that decimal to the right side, to the far right. There is a decimal in the number on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and move that decimal one place to the right. If I move that decimal one place to the right, I need to move this decimal one place to the right, so it ends up between the 1 and the 6. So on the outside, I end up with 145. And then on the inside, I end up with 11.6. And I'm going to redraw my division symbol. Then I ask the question. Actually, I need to bring my decimal up first. I forgot to do that. Don't want to forget that. How many times does 145 go into 1? Well, 145 is larger than 1, so 0 times. How many times does 145 go into 11? 0 times. How many times does 145 go into 116? Again, 145 is larger than 116, so we would say 0 times. And then I need to add a 0 on the end and ask the question again. How many times does 145 go into 1,160? Well, 1,160 is finally larger than 145, so I'm going to start writing my multiples of 145. And I think it would actually be easier if I thought of 145 as 150. It's just a way to estimate easier how many times 145 is going to go into 1,160. So I'm going to count by 150s, since 145 is about 150. 150 plus 150 is 300, plus another 150 is 450, plus another 150 is 600, plus another 150 is 750. Okay, now picture 750 plus 100 is 850, plus another 50 would get me to 900. 900 plus 150 is going to be 1,050, and 1,050 plus 150 is going to be 1,200. And 1200 is pretty close to 1160, and so is 1050. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 150s. So I'd say about 7 or 8 145s will go into 1160. So let's try 7 first. Why not? So 145 times 7. Well, 5 times 7 is 35. I place the 5 there, carry the 3. 4 times 7 is 28. Plus 3, I get 31. So I put a 1 here, carry the 3. 1 times 7 is 7, plus 3 is 10. Well, that's under 1160. Let's also try 145 times 8. 5 times 8 is equal to 40. So I put a 0 here, carry the 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus 4 gives me 36. I carry the 3. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 3 is 11, which, look at that, that is the exact number of the dividend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 8 here, because 8 of the 145s go into 1160, because 8 times 145 is 1160. And you can type that if it's easier. That looks a little bit messy. And then when I take 1160 and subtract 1160, I get a remainder of 0, and there's no number to bring down. So that means that I have found the quotient. I have found the answer to the division problem. So what is the price per ounce? The price per ounce is 8 cents. It costs 8 cents per ounce of pinto beans.